name is Lacey Lybeck. I work for Sagemoor Vineyards north of Pasco. We have about 5 vineyards, 1,100 acres in the Columbia Valley. So I grew up on a family farm over in Skagit Valley. My parents still raise daffodils and seed crops, processing onion seed. So in high school I was sorting dirt clods from daffodil bulbs or counting tiny onion seeds the size of a pinpoint. After high school I kind of didn't think I wanted to join in agriculture as an industry. My parents were both farmers, but I was really resistant to the idea of being tied to a farm, and living on the farm and living and breathing. It's such a lifestyle and not a career choice that I think I was kind of afraid at first. But through going to Washington State University and continuing just picking up any viticulture and enology classes that drew my attention, as well as joining the V&E Club and the Horticulture Club. They provide student scholarships, so that always helps out also. And in a Crops 102 class at WSU, they covered viticulture for 1 week, and I just fell in love with the concept or the idea of growing a product to grow the best product possible, not for amount, not for a certain set price, but instead because you want to put the best energy into that and give the best product possible to the winemaker. I just kind of fell in love with that whole concept of just being able to pour your heart into a crop that is so tied with the end consumer. I remember going on a field trip to Gamache Vineyards and having Roger pour us some Syrah and getting to stand at the Syrah block and having that real tailgate experience. And then 7 years later, I was fortunate enough that Allen Brothers purchased Gamache, and I get to now kind of manage those 180 acres and build a team there that's able to just execute excellent viticulture. I kind of took an interesting route, and my degree is actually in agriculture food systems, a little different than the standard V&E degree. I kind of chose to integrate marketing as well as public relations into my coursework, kind of getting a more, I felt like not just a science-based degree, but a degree that could help me to communicate that science with the public. So going through my coursework, I would encourage anybody who is studying viticulture and enology or who has an interest on the business side of wine marketing or wine business, integrate yourself with classwork from other disciplines. Take business management courses. I wish I would have taken accounting. Somehow I got through WSU without taking that, but it would have really helped. So just know that your coursework that's required for your degree is really just a launching point to fulfill yourself and choose classwork that's going to be able to contribute to your success down the road. As farmers, we don't realize that some people have never left a city. Some people have never stepped foot on a farm that's producing wine or food crops. And so to be able to communicate those challenges that we go through every day, whether it's weather related or pest and disease issues, I think farmers have to realize that there's a disconnect between the work that they do and what the public thinks that they do. Being able to communicate that and really share what you do in a way that's not too technical and that people can understand, I think is key. I would say get as many internships as you can. I would advise getting an internship with a large grower, getting an internship with a small boutique grower or winery, and kind of getting to see the benefits of both. You can work for a large facility and really learn a lot about different yeast strains, different barrels, or different vineyard techniques, different variety mixes in the field. Where if you're at a small location, you will more intimately get to know maybe a smaller product mix, smaller acreage, but you'll get to know irrigation. You'll get to probably see chemical application and get to know what that process is like and the paperwork. And I would also advise anybody, I graduated in December from WSU, and there's sure not a lot of ag jobs in December, so I went off and went abroad, down to New Zealand, and worked a crush, and I was able to more than pay for my plane ticket there and gain so much experience. As a vineyard person, I knew my passion was always in viticulture, but I wanted to be able to know the challenges that a winery is facing when my harvester breaks down and my truck's going to be 4 hours late. What are they dealing with on their end logistically? So I could kind of talk with a winemaker and understand their struggles or what they're going through. My last little piece of advice would be to taste everything. Taste wine, taste the fruit. I have seen so many interns afraid to taste grapes and taste them in the field. And that is where wine all comes from. It's the flavors that are in those berries that are going to be expressed in the wine. So taste, taste, taste.